This monumental building houses the most exclusive and luxurious hotel in Paris, the Hôtel de Crillon. With 124 rooms, including 36 suites and 10 signature suites, the hotel also features 3 restaurants, a bar, an outdoor terrace, a gym, and a health club on the premises. It is the preferred destination of royalty, famous artists, high-ranking politicians, and multimillionaire families. But the Hôtel de Crillon is more than just one of the world's most majestic hotels. It is a historic landmark that dates back to the reign of Louis XV and personifies the poise, elegance, and spirit of Paris. Discover now the extraordinary history behind this hotel and delve into its rich details. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss the new videos we are preparing for you. Thank you. It was a time of splendor and elegance in France when King Louis XV decided to further beautify the majestic Paris. In 1758, he commissioned the construction of 2 symmetrical neoclassical buildings in the Place de la Concorde, one of the city's largest squares. The architect Ange-Jacques Gabriel was chosen to design these monumental structures, now known as Hôtel de la Marine, which is actually the Navy Museum, and Hôtel de Crillon. Although initially intended to serve as a government building, the Hôtel de Crillon was transformed into a private residence before becoming the hotel we know today. In 1788, the building was acquired by the Count of Crillon, François Félix de Crillon, a French military officer and war hero. Under his ownership, the palace became a center of social and cultural life, where the aristocratic elite of Paris gathered for grand events and discussions on contemporary issues. The residence quickly gained renown for its stunning architecture and luxurious interiors, which included ornate salons, high ceilings decorated with frescoes, and an impressive collection of art and furniture. However, the French revolutionary government confiscated the property in 1791. During this period, the home was used by King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette, who spent afternoons taking piano lessons there. 2 years later, in 1793, King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette were guillotined in the Place de la Concorde directly in front of the building. Eventually, the building was returned to the Crillon family, whose descendants lived there for more than a century until 1904. In 1906, the Société du Louvre purchased the property and transformed it into a hotel in 1907. The building then underwent a 2-year refurbishment under the supervision of architect Walter-André Destailleur, which included the purchase of 2 neighboring buildings on the Rue Boissy d'Anglas to enlarge the property. The new Hôtel de Crillon opened on March 11, 1909. In 1919, a monumental event cemented the Crillon in world history. The hotel's salons hosted part of the negotiations for the Treaty of Versailles, which ended World War I. Diplomats and world leaders, including Woodrow Wilson, Georges Clemenceau, and David Lloyd George, gathered in the luxurious spaces of the hotel to discuss and draft the terms of the treaty. This direct connection to a historic event of such magnitude elevated the status of the Crillon, transforming it into a place not only of luxury, but also of political and historical significance. The 1920s brought a new era of prosperity to the Crillon. Known as Les Années Folles, the Roaring Twenties, this decade was marked by exuberance and innovation. The hotel became a meeting place for the cultural and social elite of the time. Celebrities such as Charlie Chaplin, Ernest Hemingway, and Coco Chanel frequented the Crillon, bringing an air of glamour and sophistication. The parties and events held there were legendary, with live music, elegant dances, and an atmosphere of constant celebration. With the advent of the Second World War, the Hôtel de Crillon, like many other historic landmarks in Paris, faced new challenges. During the German occupation, the hotel was requisitioned by the Nazis and temporarily turned into a headquarters. However, even in times of war, the Crillon maintained its dignity and prestige, enduring the dark times with resilience. After the war, the Crillon quickly regained its prestigious status. The reconstruction and rebirth of Paris brought a new wave of illustrious visitors to the hotel. Personalities from politics, royalty, the arts, and business continued to choose the palatial building as their preferred stay in Paris. At the beginning of the 21st century, facing increasing competition from neighbors Mandarin Oriental, Shangri-La, and the Peninsula, operated by Asian groups, the Hôtel de Crillon was under growing pressure to renovate its aging interiors. Thus, the mythical establishment of the Place de la Concorde, overlooking the Luxor obelisk, announced in 2012 that it would temporarily close its doors. The owner of the residence, a Saudi Arabian prince, entrusted architect Richard Martinet and artistic director Aline Asmar Daman of Culture and Architecture, with leading the restoration project, and Rosewood Hotels of Hong Kong to manage the venture. The renovation involved the talents of 4 renowned designers: Tristan Auer, Jahan Minassian, Cyril Vergniaud, and the iconic fashion designer Karl Lagerfeld. Opulence and historical features remain evident, but the ambiance is markedly contemporary, with custom-made furniture, objects, and finishes created by the most prestigious artisans in France. Stripped of the rigidity and formality typical of a traditional 5-star hotel experience, the Crillon offers a sense of a private residence, filled with vibrant flowers by Georges Varda and interior fragrances by Parisian perfumer Bully. Specializing in furniture design, residences, and hotels, Tristan Auer transformed the former reception area into a tranquil oasis with a concierge area, added a smoking lounge decorated with papyrus leaves, hair salon space in an alcove lined with peacock feathers à la Madame Pompadour, a barbershop run by La Barbière de Paris, a shoeshine area with seats from a 1960s Aston Martin, mirrored glass elevators, a brown-toned boudoir with a vaulted ceiling decorated with fireworks-studded stars for rare cognac and armagnac tasting, and the Brasserie d'Aumont with wicker seating and a wooden counter. Simultaneously, Jahan Minassian used luxurious materials, with minerals, textures, and shine in other areas of the hotel. The Michelin-starred restaurant, L'Écrin, led by chef Boris Campanella, features decor with mirrors of patinated wood, Murano crystal sconces, and plaster and quartz-toned furniture. The spa, in turn, is adorned with marble, Venetian plaster, and cream, gold, water, and turquoise-toned mirrors, evoking a coastal atmosphere. However, the jewel of the hotel is the indoor pool, adorned with more than 17,000 gold leaves, hand-applied fish-scale-shaped glass tiles, and surrounded by ceramic walls studded with large pearls and gold, created by American artist Peter Fakes. The courtyards, containing 35 varieties of plants and trees, were designed by the famous landscaper Louis Benesch, known for his work at the Tuileries Garden and the Water Theatre Grove of the Palace of Versailles. Using 600 different types of materials, including 40 varieties of marble, Cyril Vergniaud redesigned the 124 rooms and suites, with furniture such as 1950s silk-upholstered armchairs, luxurious carpets, board games, and carefully selected books to provide a welcoming atmosphere. Karl Lagerfeld was commissioned to decorate 2 of the Grand's apartment suites and a room dedicated to his cat, Berman. The suites feature textured gray walls, inspired by the silvery light of Paris, composed of 9 layers of paint, with touches of iridescent mother-of-pearl. He personally selected each crystal for the dining room chandelier and installed original sinks from the Château de Versailles in the lavatory. Concerned with the proportions and interaction of guests with the furniture, Lagerfeld installed a white sofa in the living room, carefully designed to provide the ideal curvature for women's posture. The Crillon owner, an avid art collector, displayed about 1,000 works from his personal collection, curated by Fru Tholstrup. Among the highlighted pieces are César's giant thumb in baccarat crystal, works by Kate McGuire, an old French tapestry reimagined with whimsical embroidery by Boccia Design, and black and white photographs by the celebrated photographer Cecil Beaton. In the 3 historic salons, with 6-meter-high ceilings, huge paintings, commissioned from the French artist Laurent Grasso, depict battle scenes inspired by science, history, mythology, and supernatural phenomena. For those seeking a Parisian refuge that combines art, sophisticated design, and luxury, the Hôtel de Crillon is the perfect destination. And if you enjoyed our video, which was made while the Paris 2024 Olympics are taking place, please hit the like button and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.